Genesis 2:23. Vayomer ha'adam, zot ha'pa'am etzem me atzamai, uvasar mi basari, lazot yikare isha, ki meish lukocha zot. The subject is the human, and the human said, this at last, bone from my bone, and flesh from my flesh. To this it will be called woman, for from man she was this was taken, she was taken. This she was taken. The word from, when it's standing alone, is mean. And here we have from my flesh. And we can see that the noon has assimilated into the bait, so we have mi basari, from my flesh. In this case, we have from my bones, and the noon cannot assimilate into the ayin, so we have a lengthening to compensate from mean to me, so from the hirik to the tsere. We have the same situation here again from a man, because the noon cannot assimilate into the aleph, so it lengthens into a tsere. And one other slightly unusual dagesh here in the zayin of this ending zot, this would appear to be one of those attaching euphonic dageshim. The verb yikare, this is from kof resh ayin, to call, and as we can see, there's the dagesh in the kof, so this is an indicator of a noon that's assimilated. So this is a nifal form, and it is imperfect, 3ms. Now that's somewhat unusual because to this, and we have the feminine singular demonstrative pronoun this, the near demonstrative, but then it's to this it will be called in masculine. Very unusual. Banstra suggests that perhaps there's an implied term here, Shema, her name, and perhaps that's so, and that would be the masculine referent of Yikre. However, that's a little bit unsatisfactory. So this is just very unusual. Perhaps it's before her, she's just a plain human until he calls her woman, and so her sexuality is not yet distinguished. Very unusual. And one last point to get at is the relationship between Isha and Ish. And so Ish and Isha. These are, as you can see, the roots actually here are not really playing off of each other, and the same thing is true in the plural. And so what we have is really a folk etymology. So it's for the ears. The Isha comes from the Ish, and we can hear orally the sort of relationship that the two have, as now the Ish has found a corresponding partner, Isha.